Good evening, Earthlings. It's me, your host, from the deep, dark waters of the ocean. That's right, the pelagic shaver himself, Cullen. I don't know what happened to this label. It may have been me, probably was. I don't remember it coming in that way. But today we will be using another great soap from Master Soap Creations, Deep Blue. This is going to be my blue soap, blue shave for cancer. I did one prior, but apparently I was ahead of the game, jumped the gun, so I will do another one. I do not have a problem doing as many tribute to cancer shaves and heart, all these good causes, mental, what's wrong with me, suicide awareness, all that stuff, great causes. This is a dupe of another cologne, and I had it, and then I started talking, and once again, boo. But this is another great scent from Fernando over in South Africa. And of course, I have the Match and Splash, and I have Ruby Forest on the way. I ordered it the day it dropped to the razor company. I was actually talking with Fernando on Instagram, and he was telling me that that Chieftain and Ruby Forest were fixing to drop to the razor company. And by the sense from what I told him, he said, I think you would like these. So I checked them out. I picked up Ruby Forest. I'll have to get Chieftain next. So I'm looking forward to getting that one. I have become a huge fan and supporter of his soaps. They are great products. And for the bowl, I'm using my Pelagic Shave TwinPines WoodTurning bowl, and this one has my octopus in the bottom. Look at that lather. This is just his soap. It just amazes me for somebody as new to the soap, if you want to call it the game, how he, some people struggle to find the right recipe, and he hit it, boom, right away. And with that today, I'll be using my my Yaqi. I don't even know what they call this. I call it my pelagic brush because it's ocean themed. And so tonight, we're going all the way from the tide pools to the, this says deep blue, but that's not very deep. He's looks like maybe 15, 20 foot deep there. Where he's at, there might be some soft coral and stuff growing depending on the area. And then for razor tonight, I will be using my Claymore SE, and coming up I will be using my Hawk with the A plate. I just got it back from Wayne, and he went ahead and ordered him one. He ordered him a Vector, and he's on the pre-order list for the Claymore. And speaking of that, that originally was going to be listed on my Etsy site, and since me and Steve with Alpha, we've talked about it, and it looks like it's going to be cheapest for me to sell them on his site. because Etsy charges me 10% to sell it. They charge me 20 cents to even list it. And then they charge me 20 cents for every one I sell, plus a percentage. And it ends up being like 10% or more. And through his site, it's like 5% or less. And so that's what we're going with. So it'll be under, when you go to his site at the top, it'll say like brushes, razors, and then it'll say vendors, I believe it says, and or guest of vendors, you click on that, it'll say Opus, and then it'll say, I guess it'll say pelagicshave there. He's gonna set it up for me. I didn't know how to do it. And so there will be 13 of them instead of 10. Man, this soap smells so good. Look at the lather on this stuff. It's crazy. Oh, and this brush, when I got it, the knot it came with was complete garbage to me. And so I yanked it out. It's 24 millimeter. I yanked it out, drilled it out to 26. Actually used a 27 millimeter. I was afraid to go 28 just because of the way the top of that curved. So I went 27 millimeter Forstner bit and opened it up. So that I could fit that 26 millimeter cashmere in it. This razor to me is by far the absolute best SC on the market out there. That was my opinion before I ever was offered to polish these razors for Alpha. I don't know. I've seen reviews and they're saying that this thing is mild and the Vector is more blade feely. To me, the Vector was the most mild SE razor out there is. The Vector has the world's smallest head on it. There is no disputing that. But I believe that the Claymore has it on efficiency and blade feel all day long. Now, honestly, there's times when I wish I had a second Claymore that wasn't polished, just so I could actually compare the two on how they shave. Yeah, because a polished razor is always going to be a more aggressive razor than the original. Because in order to polish it, when you polish it, you're essentially taking metal off to shine it. Man, this soap is just every time I use one of Fernando's soaps, it just amazes me on how good it is. Such good soaps. Right now, all the scents I have of his are cologne dupes. Because some of the other scents I thought they had menthol in them, but he sent me a list of which ones don't have menthol, so I need to pick those up. Oh, and by the way, this right here is a Feather Pro, and this is its 5th use. This is how I know how many uses it is, because my little dice is on number 5. After this shave, it'll go to number 6. I used to have some other colored ones. I have a yellow one somewhere, but it's hard for me to see the numbers on it. I don't remember where I found those at. But this razor, from the moment I picked it up, when I first got it, I was really worried it was going to be one of those razors that was so hyped, or that I had hyped myself actually in my head that it was going to be so great, and then it was a letdown. And honestly, that's how the Vector really was. You hear from everybody how it's like, it's such a good razor. I got rid of this razor and that razor because I have the Vector. You don't need anything else. I think in this hobby, it's no different than any other hobby. It's like with knives. I've seen some of the knives that people do these unboxings with. I'm not a knife person, so I don't know. But I know there's been some that I've been like, oh, that's a cool knife. Let me look it up. And I'm like, wow, that's like a $400 pocket knife. To me, that's crazy. But, you know, that's me. Knives aren't my thing. I have a couple pocket knives that are, I think my most expensive one's like a $60 pocket knife. I think it's just like with anything else, is that you have people that are just they're just brand. It's like they're convinced that because this razor is made by brand XYZ, that it's better than this same exact razor that's made by brand ABC. But I guess that's the whole thing with this hobby, is that your mileage may vary. But I do wish I had another one of these that wasn't polished, so that I could compare the two. I have to find out from Steve when the find out from him if there's plans on more being produced, or if that was it. And if that was it, I may just have to buy one of these ones I'm supposed to polish and not polish it, so that I could compare it. But to me, you know, I enjoy the weight of this razor. To me, it's a very well balanced razor. You know, it's heavy, but it's a standard thread, so you could change out to any razor handle you want. But let me get cleaned up and I'll be right back with you. All right, we are back. Let's go over what we used today. Today we used the Yaqi, whatever they call this brush. I call it the Yaqi pelagic brush because it's ocean themed. It looks like it's from a tide pool with a little seashell and the little bit of seaweed and stuff in there. And I have a 26 millimeter cashmere knot that I put in there. Then I used my TwinPines wood turning bowl. Then I had Craig at Opus engraved my octopus in there, and then I painted it in and poured resin over the top of it. And then we use Master Soap Creations Deep Blue. Like I said, I did that. That did not come that way. I messed up the label. I wish I had a new one to replace it because that's going to drive me crazy now. This is a beautiful scent. But I was talking about the other scents he has that are not mentholated. There's one that's grapefruit zest, I believe it is, that is non-mentholated. There is an orange cedarwood that is non-mentholated. And these are all non-cologne dupes. And there's another one. I don't know. I'll remember it eventually. But after my shave, I rinse with warm water, cold water. I used my witch hazel in my misting bottle here. I've thought about getting another one of these for my water. But the only thing I don't like about it is even when you hold it this close and you spray, it shoots a mist ring that's like this wide, like that close. Whereas these make such a fine mist. I gotta find some more of those. And then we use, of course, the there goes my brain again. See, what's this called here? The Alpha. Now I'm thinking Outlaw. Claymore Evolution. This is how they will be when they're polished. These little nubs where your tabs go in, there's no way for me to get in there and polish those. And the ring right here, where your handle is recessed, I'm trying to figure out if a way to polish that, but so far I have not been able to. But your handle will be, everything that's smooth on it will be mirror finished, and the end of it will be mirrored. Just right now it's got schmitz on it from being used. There you go, see, mirror finished. Yeah, there's your cap, mirror finish, see? And so that's what you will be receiving. Excellent shaver. So I don't know, like I said, I wish I had the standard one so I could compare the shave difference on before polishing versus after, because of course polishing you do remove metal, but it's so minimal, but that minimal amount might make it a little bit more aggressive. Now the only razor that I know that on purpose I just blasted it, actually tried to ruin the razor, but I turned it into an absolute fabulous shaver, is a Yaqi Raster version 2. I took this thing to the buffing wheel, and if any of y'all know, this thing was kind of a, you know, it was a $40 razor and it shaved like a $40 razor. These corners were pointy. My buffer made them rounded. And I polished this so much that I see how I took that down. Well, now there's plenty of blade exposure there, and now this is actually, when I had the Vector, this was actually my preferred razor over the Vector because of how much more aggressive this became from polishing it. This $40 razor was, in my opinion, after polishing and changing that head geometry the way I did from polishing it on this little pot metal thing, you know, because now it's like copper and silver and it's all kinds of different colors going on there. But it's great shaver now. But tomorrow's shave, I will be using, I don't know what razor. I'm waiting to be instructed by that, by my research team. And the next scent in line is, I believe it's Ariana and Evans American Pie. So looking forward to that. And so we'll see you tomorrow for another shave, good Lord willing. And until then, take care, be safe, and God bless. Had to go back and rewind. I never put on my splishity splash during that thing. I got so busy rambling there. His splashes are just so good. You know, and that's the thing I love about this. To some people, it's a hobby. To me, it's become a journey, a way of life. This is my Zen moment. My glasses are filthy. It's just such a great shave. And then you get to finish it off with even just the scents from splashes are always just that much better than the soap, and it's like having that perfect cherry on top of your sundae. But anyways, there we go again, and we are all done for real this time. Take care, be safe, and God bless.